Honourable members, the last question on today's order paper has been asked by the Leader of the Opposition. The question notes that the President has withdrawn and abandoned his application to the Constitutional Court to review the recommendations of the report of the Section 89 Independent Panel, and whether he intends to deal with the findings and recommendations of the report of the Section 89 Independent Panel in light of his commitment to fight corruption. The Honourable President.
On the 13th of December 2022, the National Assembly resolved not to refer the report of Section 89 Independent Panel to an inquiry. In doing so, the National Assembly was exercising its powers as well as responsibilities as outlined in the Constitution and in its own rules. As of today, investigations conducted by a wide range of independent law enforcement agencies have been finalized. The South African Revenue Service, the South African Reserve Bank, the Public Protector, and the Directorate for Priority Crimes Investigations have all concluded investigations into the matter. I could say that none of these bodies have found that there was any wrongdoing on my part. As was my obligation constitutionally and legally, I cooperated with each and every one of these institutions without any form of interference. I answered their questions, provided them with information they required and sought, and where requested, made myself available for interviews. The decision by the Constitutional Court to dismiss my application for direct access to the court to review the independent panel's report was not a determination on the substance of my application. It should be noted that the Constitutional Court will hear arguments in November on whether or not this House, in resolving as it did in December 2022, failed to fulfill its obligations under the Constitution. I myself have full faith and confidence that the Court will decide the issue before it in a comprehensive and final manner. The fight against corruption is a priority of this government and will remain so. We will continue to capacitate, as I've said, law enforcement agencies at the center of this fight against corruption. And we will support the independence of institutions who must act without fear or favor. And I'd like to repeat that I will continue to support those agencies. I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable President. The first supplementary question will be asked by the Leader of the Opposition.
Right. Thank you very much, Honourable House Chair. Mr. President, here is the follow-up question, sir. The MK Party is deeply concerned that, notwithstanding overwhelming evidence, agencies such as SARS, the South African Reserve Bank, the Hawks, the Public Protector, as well as the NPA, the heads of all those agencies are appointed by you, sir. They have cleared you of wrongdoing. This contradicts the findings of an independent panel which was appointed in terms of Section 89 and chaired by the...
Honourable members, Honourable Leader of the Opposition, can you just hold there, please? Honourable members, the person who asked the question, the member who asked the question, have 2 minutes to make an intervention followed by the question. Now, if we get these type of interjections, it will not be possible for the President or for myself then to ultimately hear what the follow-up question is. Can we give the member a fair opportunity, please? The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you.
Please, order.
The panel that was led by retired Chief Justice Nobo concluded that there was a case to answer, inasmuch as you violated your oath of office and you were also implicated in the corruption at Phala Phala farm. The question is this, sir. Given that in South Africa we transact in rands, and the reports indicate that dollars were found at Phala Phala, are you now in a position to finally take this House into confidence and tell us the truth, that these transactions had nothing to do with a legitimate business? Because you cannot conduct a business whilst you are serving as a president of this country, and also was the person who cleared you at NPA, was that person vetted? Thank you.
The Honourable President. All honourable members. The President.
Thank you, Honourable House Chair. Honourable Hlophe has asked a variety of questions, and I did say in my head reply that this matter was dealt with by the National Assembly, and the National Assembly took a decision, and that decision is now subject of litigation in the Constitutional Court. And I would like to respectfully say we should allow that process to unfold, and it should be a matter that will be dealt with by that court. And the variety of other questions that the Honourable Member has asked were responded to in a variety of institutions that have dealt with this matter, and also dealt with the issue of either the President was conducting business or not, and all those issues were ventilated, and the information has been open to the public, either through court papers or reports that have been issued. So I'd like to submit that these matters have been addressed, responded to, and the other matter is subject to litigation in a very open and transparent manner through our judicial system. Thank you, Honourable House Chair.
Thank you, Honourable President. The second supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable Mgweba.
Thank you very much, House Chair. Honourable President, South Africa as a country is confronted by the scourge of cancerous corruption that divides public resources towards patrimonialist interest that undermines inclusive development of our country. And corruption does not sit well for investment mobilization. Therefore, Honourable President, what are the practical steps that our government is taking to support and strengthen law enforcement agencies to uproot corruption? Thank you very much, House Chair.
The Honourable President.
Thank you, Honourable House Chair. Yes, the government is committed not only to support but to strengthen our law enforcement agencies by ensuring that the right people are appointed, by ensuring that they work in accordance with the rule of law, but also that the agencies have the resources that they require. But more importantly, to assure them and to grant them and give them a clear guarantee that they must work independently without any fear, favor, or prejudice against anyone or from anyone. And in doing so, we ensure that they do the work that they must do. And they must do it to the best of their ability, And if there are any issues or doubts, those should be able to be followed up through our various processes. And we have a number of agencies that enable our commitment to rule of law and to our democracy to function. One of the good things about our country is that we have institutions. Country that does not have institutions that are functional has a democracy that is wobbly, and in our case, the strengthening of our institutions is something that is prominent in my mind and in the determination of the government to ensure that there is rule of law and that there is commitment to doing the right things through the various institutions. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable President. The third supplementary question will be asked by the Honorable Zungula.
Thank you, House Chair. Greetings, Mr. President. Greetings, the honorable members, and greetings to the Progressive Caucus. Mr. President, you are the first citizen of the country. You are the person that should inspire confidence that we have systems of law and order that are independent and justice is blind in our country. Yet, after being implicated in serious breach of the law, the akukho kwachaphaza apha kuwe is that supposed to inspire confidence to South Africans. Are South Africans supposed to believe that everyone is equal before the law when ordinary citizens are arrested for holding undeclared foreign currency, violation of Section 34 of PRECA, amongst others? Yet the Reserve Bank, the NPA and the SARS sees nothing wrong with Phala Phala. The independent panel report, Mr. President, still stands and has not been set aside by any court of law. And not only is it legally binding, but it should be binding to your conscience as well. Mr. President, the question is, does it not matter to you that a report penned by a reputable former Chief Justice found that there is prima facie evidence that you violated the Constitution, a Constitution that you did not only...
Honourable Member, your time is now expired. The Honourable President.
Thank you. Thank you, Honourable House Chair, and thank you, Honourable Zungula. It's the first time I ever heard you extend greetings to me. So thank you so much. Honourable House Chair, I did say that it was the National Assembly, which I am not a member of, took a decision on that report. And as we speak now, that report has been challenged, or the decision of the National Assembly has been challenged and is now before the highest court in the land. And I do think that that process should be allowed to unfold because, as I've often said, we have institutions that are meant to guard our democracy, to ensure that there's rule of law. I do believe that that's precisely what we should do and allow that process to unfold. Thank you, Honourable House Chair.
Thank you, Honourable President. Honourable Members, the last supplementary question will be asked by the Honourable J.S. Malema.
Thank you very much, President. You are aware that we are the ones who have taken this matter on review at the Constitutional Court because we don't believe that what Parliament did was correct. Mara ntokinyaka o le bontšha yona Mokgalabe gore le a bona taba ya o tshwana le ya mayor wa former mayor ya Polokwane ye le reng lo e lebelela ba e lebeletše a sa le mayor ba e fetša kwa Polokwane a ne bjale le re lo mo lebelela ANC yo mo lebelela ke double jeopardy. She dealt with that thing when she was a mayor. There was a president here, and Bulelani Nuka announced that there is prima facie evidence, but not winnable. As we speak today, he's in court. Let's unlike the former mayor of Polokwane, while sabereki ditaba tše le sale ka ofising le tšea maikarabelo le bitše boraditaba le nne fase ka gore a go sana selo ka moka na bona ba rile a lena selo ba le tlerile while sa bitše ditaba la re tlhalosetša gore na matlakala a la boithabišwa
Honorable member,
a fitlhile
your time
jwang ka
is now
polaseng ya
expired.
lena gore na di dola di fitlhile jwang ka polaseng. Not because you are answering any case, but because you are
Honorable
taking the
member,
nation into
your
confidence.
time has
President
expired.
Mandela did that.
Thank
Even
you.
on personal matters, President Mandela did that.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Your time has expired.
Confidence.
Thank you. The Honorable President.
Thank you, Honorable House Chair. Karabo Eki Beile, Honorable Sello Malema. Ki ile ka e beya hona mo. Ka bolela botse kare taba e mo matsohong a lekgotla le legolo la naga e. And ntwe uwe isitswe ke lena. Na ke ne ke kgopela gore le se gona mo uwe e šomiwe ke bao ba na leng tsebo bao ba tla shebisang dintho tse ka moka na tsona ke yona ntho e ke bolelang ke beya mo tafoleng ke fella gona mo uwe. Thank you, Honorable House Chair.
Thank you, Honorable President. I wish to thank the Honorable President for his presence to reply to the questions that was asked. And Honorable Members, that concludes the questions to the President. Thank you.
Can I go home now?
Mr. President, that's entirely up to you.